Pisces. Let's have a look and see how these messages relate into your love and relationships. Okay, Judgment card. So this notion of family and creating a new world. Okay, there's lots of children in these cards. So for some of you, there's children, fertility, conception, planning a baby, talking about a baby, or having your children merge families with stepfathers, stepmothers, or step figures in your life here. But strong, what I really want to say with the Lovers card and the Six of Cups, past life connection, or a very, it could be a person from your past. It's a very pure connection that you have, because children mean purity and innocence, and there's this childlike innocence associated with this person that's coming into your world. Now, you could already know this person. They could already be part of your world. So I feel for a lot of you, you've already established some sort of connection, whether you knew them from a past relationship or from a childhood, or if you've known them in the neighborhood, for example. There's familiarity, which is coming up in regards to relationships here. Karmic lessons that need to be learned in a relationship this month is what I'm seeing here. I feel like it's a card of giving. The Judgment card, the Six of Cups, it's a time of giving a lot, or accepting someone for who they are, accepting them for everything they bring, the judgments they bring, their baggage, what they're coming with, the connections they have, the work they have. So it's a card of forgiving, openness, embracing and accepting, and I think this might be a major theme for you in your relationships here. It definitely is focused on the relationships you have with your loved ones, friends and family too. Because I feel it's more than just the two of you in your own little world. It's whatever their world encompasses. So I feel like there's a lot of effort that will be required on your part, Pisces, or maybe there's a lot of effort required on the person you're dealing with to be more involved into your world, to be more engaged in what's going on in your life and in your world is what I'm seeing here. But it's a two-way street with the Judgment card, because there's a karmic energy. So you both have to be able to give to each other. And for the most part, I do see a lot of reciprocity, because you had the Lovers card and they're so into each other. They're willing to do what they need to do to make each other happy, which is beautiful. I can see that those that are dealing with a fire sign, however, I feel like the fire sign may be a little bit hesitant at first. They're coming up with the Nine of Wands, but you did have the Ten of Wands, which was good, which shows that, okay, they may be a little bit hesitant to do something at first. They might not budge right away, Pisces, but eventually they'll come out and give you what it is that you need, what you're looking for, because the Nine of Wands looks to the Ten of Wands, which came up in your general reading of them bearing the weight. So it is possible that they will make those changes, Pisces. You just have to be patient if you are dealing with a fire sign, because you do have the Six of Wands again. So there's some sort of prevailing that'll happen here in relationships, but you just need to wait. You need to wait it out. But what I like, there's a wreath of victory. Again, the notion of a circle, ring, proposals, completion. It's a very family-oriented card, I feel, for you in your relationships. Concentrating on your connections with your children, whether they're grown or whether they're adolescent or infant children. Judgment's coming up here. So for some of you, I feel like with the 3 here, it's either you or someone else around you, Pisces, that's concentrating on career or is focused on other relationships, and it is not as nurturing towards you and your world and your friends, is what I'm seeing here. So there's a notion of needing to connect and needing to be there for each other, because you'll require it, is what I'm seeing here. The World card can bring travel and new opportunities, however. So for some, I feel like travel might bring you to a soulmate or twin flame connection, to someone new, because you have the Ace of Pentacles here. And the Six of Cups does bring a lot of romance. So initially a very beautiful meeting and a face-to-face meeting, and it could get serious quite quickly, because the 7 follows the 6, and the 7, you're already thinking about the logistics of a relationship. So I feel like not long after you meet, the next step for you is to become something more serious and more consistent. I feel like you're creating a lot of memories. If it is with someone new, you're creating a lot of memories together. And because of this, things are starting to get more serious. And the memories you'll create, you'll actually look back very, very fondly, especially if you are dealing with an earth sign. This person is wanting to go steady with you, Pisces. because they're very impressed and they're very amazed at the same time of everything that you have going for you, your success, your creativity, your talent, your ability to love, your sexuality, the chemistry that you have together. And they're seeing for everything that you are. So they're seeing the value in you. So if you have someone that's been, maybe you've had someone that is the Nine of Wands around you and hasn't really noticed you and the wonderful person you are and what you're able to offer this person. I feel like there might be an earth sign coming in that's been asking the universe for you, and is actually, you're going to meet this person because they've attracted you on some level here. But what I can see here is that you have options here, Pisces. So for those that are single, or even if you're coupled, you have options around you in love. But what I like is the World card brings completion. So there's a decision that's made here of stability. There's a lot of Pentacle cards here, which does denote a lot of stability coming to fruition here for you. But look, I will leave your romance and relationship reading at that and continue on with your career. Let's have a look at what's going on in career. Seven of Wands, 10 of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands has come up twice. There's a lot of work, heavy workload, a lot of things that you need to fix up, a lot of loose ends you need to tie up. Pisces, someone's going to be, it could be this fire sign actually, but eventually things will come around, which is good. But look, a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, someone around you in the workplace is asking more of you. Or they've got their defenses up. They're not open to what you're saying. There's a blockage of some kind here, and hard work is going to be required. I almost feel like you'll be bending over backwards for this person, Pisces, because there's something that you know is there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you feel like there's something you're working towards, and it's almost like you have to bear the weight because you know that this fire sign can give you some sort of collaboration or can give you the Holy Grail. I see you holding something here. So there's a reason why you're working so hard for this person or for this business, even because you know there's a reward at the end. You know there's something that will benefit you, if not benefit you both, because this is a reciprocated collaboration. And I feel like you just have to bite your tongue and just do it. Just grit your teeth and get on with it, because whatever it is, you know it can bring you something that you'll really appreciate or really look forward to. So you've got the eye on the prize, so to speak, in career. And I think with the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the King of Wands, I feel like there may be some sort of, especially fire energy, someone who's heavily dominated by fire, or someone that exhibits the traits of a fire sign. This person holds the key to your future, or it has the Holy Grail in their hands. And for you to get it, you need to be the 10 of Wands. Because I mentioned the cycles. So you just have to go with it, Pisces. You just have to make the best of this situation that you can, because there's something at the end of it that you'll receive that's going to benefit your career. Or maybe it's going to benefit you financially here. This is a lot of generosity coming forward with the 6 of Pentacles, possibly from this person, from a fire sign, or maybe even an earth sign, or could even be a fellow water sign as well. They're coming through and they've got the scales of justice. So maybe they're holding some sort of, you're doing something for them because you know at the end of the day they're going to do something for you, or they hold, justice, scales, or contract. They hold the scales in their hands, so to speak. So they're well connected. They're able to open doors for you, is what I'm seeing. So this is why you're working so hard to either get in their good books, do things for them. And look, I feel like the two of you will lock horns. There's egoism attached to this person. They're quite egotistical in a way, and I think because of this, the two of you may actually lock horns. There could be pride or smugness associated with this person, but to build those foundations and to build that connection, you're just going to have to endure whatever it is that's going on for you. And I hate to say that, I wish I could just wave a magic wand and have it all easy for you, but sometimes it's more the journey rather than the destination, and to have that, to be able to look back and realize how far you've come. And the way that you did it in makes it all the more special, Pisces, and all the more reason to celebrate it after, and all the more reason for you to treasure it. Because if we were able to attain things so quickly, would they be as much value associated with whatever it is that we're going after? Would it be would we dream about it? Would we fantasize about it? Would we wish about it? Would we fight for it day in and day out? Because if if it wasn't this way and it wasn't this hard to attain, would it still be so special to us? So would it still have the same value? This is something you need to ask yourself, because I think the destination is good and great and can bring you a very happy outcome, but it's the journey that matters, because at the end it's worth celebrating. All that blood, sweat, tears, action, commitment, writing, reading, conversations, steps, late nights, early starts, blood, tears, sweat, everything that goes into it, Pisces. Absolutely everything that you've poured yourself into this creative pursuit, into this venture. And I feel for a lot of you, this is something you need to remember. There is a collaboration coming. I do see one, whether it's for the business. Some of you are collaborating with a fire sign. So regardless if you're a woman or a man, I feel like there's the king and the queen are collaborating in some sort of venture here. So a very strong collaboration here, something that is worth celebrating, possibly in relation to finances, funding, or investments. For others, I feel like in the workplace, there's a bit of one-sided generosity that may be going on, that you may be seeing. I also feel like there's a lot of chopping and changing that's going to take place with the King of Wands, because he can't always make a very solid decision. So there is a bit of fickleness happening around you in the workplace, either with an associate, with a superior, or maybe with the business as a whole. There's a lot of new things that are being implemented, and then suddenly they're changing again, and it's almost like your head is in a spin. You just want a full cycle. You just want to see something through to the end. You want a bit of follow through, and you're waiting for this. And I'm not sure if the company can offer you this right now. So you might have to wait it out and be extra patient for what's coming. I will leave your reading at that though, Pisces. It's been wonderful reading for you. I hope this has been insightful. I do sincerely wish you all the best.